They say curiosity can be dangerous, but what if it brought you face to face with some of the deadliest things ever created or discovered? Around the world, there are objects so hazardous they could wipe out entire cities or take a life with just a single touch. Some are the result of human invention, powerful machines built for war or destruction. Others come straight from nature, yet they're just as terrifying. You won't always find them behind warning signs or locked doors. Some of the most lethal things on Earth are hiding in plain sight, while others are sealed away in high-security labs or buried far beneath the surface, because that's the only safe place for them. In this video, we're diving into the most dangerously fascinating objects on the planet, the ones you should never go near, no matter how curious you might be. So, before we begin, make sure to subscribe to Noel Polo TV and turn on the notification bell so you never miss stories that are as shocking as they are true. Now, let's uncover the most dangerous objects ever found on Earth. Number 10. Elephant's Foot. In the quiet, abandoned ruins of Chernobyl, there's a deadly relic hidden beneath the remains of reactor number 4, an object so radioactive it can kill within minutes. Let's go back to April 26, 1986. Inside the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Ukraine, engineers noticed something was wrong. A sudden power surge triggered the emergency shutdown sequence, but instead of stabilizing, the system spiraled into chaos. With no time to react properly, heat and pressure inside the reactor soared. Then, it happened. A massive explosion tore through the building. The reactor's core began to melt, forming a river of radioactive material so hot it flowed like lava. This molten mixture burned through metal pipes and concrete walls, destroying everything in its path. Eventually, the flow cooled and hardened into a thick, solid mass at the bottom of the facility. What remained looked like the rough, wrinkled skin of an elephant, so it was given a name, the elephant's foot. But this wasn't just some strange hunk of rock. It was pure danger. When scientists first measured its radiation level, it clocked in at 10,000 roentgens per hour, enough to cause death in under a minute. To put that into perspective, even 100 roentgens can cause serious illness. A dose of 1,000 is almost always fatal. Just standing near the elephant's foot back then meant certain death. Yet hundreds of thousands of workers, known as liquidators, risked their lives to contain the disaster. They built a massive concrete shell around the site to trap the radiation. Eventually, a small group of scientists was sent to explore the lower levels. Their radiation detectors maxed out. They managed to snap a few blurry photos of the elephant's foot. But within hours, dozens became gravely ill. Many died shortly after, while thousands more later developed cancer and other radiation-linked diseases. Today, over 3 decades later, the structure that holds back the radiation, the original sarcophagus, is crumbling. Wildlife in the area continues to show signs of mutation and illness. And though the elephant's foot is now less radioactive than it once was, it remains one of the most dangerous man-made objects on Earth. A chilling reminder of what happens when power goes out of control. Number 9. Demon Core. Right after World War II, the US had developed a third nuclear bomb core, intended as a backup in case the war hadn't ended after Hiroshima and Nagasaki. This 14-pound ball of plutonium would never be dropped from a plane, but it still left a deadly legacy behind. Nicknamed the Demon Core, this radioactive sphere was only about 3.5 inches wide, but it was incredibly unstable. Its design was meant to be just barely below the level needed for a nuclear explosion, only a 5% safety gap. In simple terms, it was constantly on the edge of disaster. That danger became horrifyingly real on August 21, 1945. Physicist Harry Daghlian was conducting an experiment alone when he accidentally dropped a dense brick made of tungsten carbide onto the core. That tiny mistake caused the core to go supercritical, releasing a deadly burst of radiation. Harry removed the brick immediately, but the damage was done. He died 25 days later from acute radiation poisoning. The security guard nearby would later die from leukemia, likely caused by the exposure. Just 9 months later, tragedy struck again. On May 21, 1946, physicist Louis Slotin was leading another test with the same core. This time, he was using a screwdriver to keep 2 metal reflectors apart. But during the procedure, the screwdriver slipped. The reflectors closed, and once again, the core went supercritical. Slotin pulled the pieces apart instantly, saving the team from a full-blown chain reaction, but at the cost of his own life. He died just 9 days later. Another scientist nearby, Alan Segre, survived, but only because Slotin had blocked most of the radiation with his own body. After these 2 fatal accidents, the core was never used again. It was eventually melted down and repurposed for other nuclear experiments. To this day, the Demon Core remains one of the most infamous radioactive objects in history, not because it was dropped in war, but because of what it did while sitting still. Number 8. Anthrax. Anthrax is caused by the bacterium Bacillus anthracis, a microscopic killer that can survive for decades as spores in soil. These spores are incredibly hardy, able to withstand extreme conditions, and once they enter a host, through inhalation, ingestion, or skin cuts, they spring to life, multiplying rapidly. The most dangerous form is inhalational anthrax. Once spores reach the lungs, they release toxins that attack organs and the immune system. Symptoms start like a common cold but quickly escalate to severe breathing problems and shock. Without immediate treatment, inhalational anthrax is almost always fatal. Historically, anthrax affected livestock, especially those in contact with contaminated soil or animal products. In modern times, it has become infamous as a biological weapon. The 2001 anthrax attacks in the U.S. caused panic and multiple deaths, showing how dangerous this invisible threat can be. Detecting anthrax early is difficult because initial symptoms mimic less serious illnesses. Antibiotics and vaccines exist but must be administered quickly. Ongoing research aims to improve detection and prevention. Despite medical advances, anthrax remains a top biological threat due to its resilience, lethality, and potential misuse. Number 7. Black Mamba. The black mamba is one of Africa's most feared snakes. It's known for incredible speed, aggressive defense, and highly potent venom. Growing up to 14 feet, it can strike multiple times in seconds, injecting neurotoxins that cause paralysis and death. When bitten, symptoms develop rapidly: dizziness, blurred vision, muscle weakness, and difficulty breathing. Without anti-venom, death can occur within hours. Although it usually avoids humans, the black mamba defends itself fiercely when threatened. Its agility and venom make it especially dangerous during encounters. Efforts to educate local communities help prevent snake bites and protect both humans and the snakes, which are crucial to controlling rodent populations. Number 6. Mercury. Mercury is a heavy metal that poses serious health risks, despite its shiny, silvery appearance. It exists in various forms: elemental mercury, inorganic compounds, and organic mercury, like methyl mercury. Each form can harm humans and the environment in different ways. One major concern is mercury's ability to bioaccumulate, especially methyl mercury in fish and seafood. When humans consume contaminated seafood, the toxin affects the nervous system, leading to tremors, memory problems, and developmental issues in children. Industrial processes, such as coal burning, mining, and manufacturing, historically released mercury into air and waterways. This environmental contamination leads to long-term health risks. Mercury poisoning, or Minamata disease, named after a Japanese town where a disaster occurred, causes symptoms ranging from numbness and muscle weakness to irreversible brain damage. Global efforts like the Minamata Convention aim to reduce mercury emissions, but its persistence in the environment and severe toxicity make mercury a continuing threat to public health worldwide. Number 5. Blue ring octopus. The blue-ringed octopus is a small, beautiful sea creature known for its bright blue rings that flash when it feels threatened. Despite its size, about the length of a human palm, it carries venom powerful enough to kill several adult humans. Its venom contains tetrodotoxin, a neurotoxin that blocks nerve signals, leading to paralysis. The bite itself is painless and may go unnoticed, but paralysis can develop rapidly, causing respiratory failure if not treated immediately. Found in tide pools and coral reefs around the Pacific and Indian Oceans, the blue-ringed octopus rarely bites unless provoked or handled. No anti-venom exists, so treatment focuses on supporting breathing until the toxin wears off. This creature serves as a reminder that danger can come in small, unexpected packages, and respect for wildlife is crucial for safety. Number 4. Botulinum toxin. Produced by the bacterium Clostridium botulinum, botulinum toxin is the deadliest biological toxin known to science. It causes botulism, a severe paralytic illness that can lead to respiratory failure and death without treatment. The toxin works by blocking signals from nerves to muscles, causing flaccid paralysis. Early symptoms include weakness and difficulty swallowing or speaking, progressing to muscle paralysis including the diaphragm. Despite its danger, botulinum toxin is widely used medically in small doses as Botox, treating muscle spasms, wrinkles, and certain medical conditions. Because of its lethality and potential for misuse as a biological weapon, botulinum toxin is strictly regulated. Medical surveillance and antitoxins help manage outbreaks and accidental poisonings. Number 3. Tsunami waves. Tsunamis are powerful ocean waves caused by sudden movements underwater, such as earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, or landslides. Unlike ordinary waves made by the wind, tsunamis carry enormous energy that can travel across entire ocean basins at speeds of up to 500 miles per hour. When these waves reach shallow coastal waters, their speed slows, but their height increases dramatically, sometimes rising over 100 feet. The sheer force of these massive walls of water crashing ashore can demolish entire cities, sweep away people, vehicles, and structures in mere minutes. The 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami was one of history's deadliest, killing over 230,000 people across 14 countries. Entire communities were wiped out, and survivors faced devastation, disease outbreaks, and economic hardship. Today, early warning systems and education help reduce casualties, but tsunamis remain unpredictable and devastating, a constant reminder of nature's immense power. Number 2. Explosive chemicals. Explosive chemicals release huge amounts of energy instantly through rapid chemical reactions, creating shock waves and heat that can demolish buildings and landscapes. Used in mining, construction, and warfare, explosives are incredibly powerful, but also dangerous when mishandled. Military explosives like TNT and C4 can cause massive destruction, while civilian accidents with explosives can lead to tragic loss of life. Attacks carried out by malicious actors using bombs also pose ongoing threats worldwide. Despite their dangers, explosives have contributed to infrastructure development. Proper handling, strict regulations, and vigilance are crucial to prevent accidents and misuse. Number 1. Volcanoes. Volcanoes are openings in the Earth's crust that release molten rock, gases, and ash from beneath the surface. Their eruptions vary from slow lava flows to explosive blasts that can send ash clouds miles high. Pyroclastic flows, fast-moving currents of hot gas and debris, can incinerate anything in their path. Historic eruptions like Mount Vesuvius and Mount Tambora caused massive casualties and climate effects. While modern monitoring improves eruption predictions, volcanoes remain unpredictable and dangerous to nearby communities. Despite this, they also provide fertile soil and geothermal energy, showing nature's dual power to create and destroy. Thank you for watching. As you've seen, these objects and forces, whether man-made or natural, hold incredible power that can shape, destroy, and forever change lives. It reminds us how fragile our existence is, and how important it is to respect and understand the dangers around us. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating content. Stay curious, stay safe, and see you in the next video.